For thousands of years, Egypt has captivated the world with its secrets. As one of history's most powerful and enigmatic civilizations, it continues to reveal hidden treasures that astonish even the most experienced archaeologists. From severed hands to mysterious monsters, here are 20 recent discoveries in Egypt that have amazed and unsettled scientists. 20. Mysterious entrance near Egypt's Great Pyramid. Earlier this year, archaeologists discovered a mysterious Z-shaped structure underground near Egypt's Great Pyramid. Using ground-penetrating radar, a team from Egypt and Japan unearthed this formation in Giza's Western Cemetery, a burial site for royals over 4,500 years ago. Measuring 33 by 49 feet and buried at depths between 1 and 8 feet, it may lead to an ancient tomb with treasures or clues about Egypt's rulers. Despite extensive research, Egypt still surprises us with hidden finds. The area, once considered unremarkable, could hold more elaborate structures beneath. 19. 16 severed right hands found in Egypt. In a chilling discovery, archaeologists found 16 severed right hands buried in pits around an ancient palace in Tal Daba, Egypt. These hands, likely from enemies, were cut off 3,600 years ago during the reign of the Hyksos dynasty. Ancient records indicate cutting off the right hand symbolized victory over foes, and these hands were carefully removed with precision, likely as trophies. Most were from men, though a smaller hand suggested a possible female victim. 18. The mystery behind Egypt's black goo. Ancient Egyptians used a thick, jet black goo to cover coffins and mummy cases of the elite, baffling archaeologists for years. Recently, it was revealed that this goo was made from animal fat, tree resin, beeswax, and crude oil. Only the wealthy could afford such an elaborate burial, as some ingredients had to be imported. The goo linked the deceased to Osiris, the god of death and rebirth, offering protection in the afterlife. 17. Guilty until proven innocent. In ancient Egypt. In ancient Egypt, justice was harsh. If accused of a crime, you were presumed guilty until proven innocent, the opposite of today's legal systems. This approach was based on Mayat, a concept of truth and balance overseen by the gods and pharaohs. Courts had no lawyers, so both accuser and accused presented their cases directly. Punishments were severe, often including corporal punishment or public shaming, with little hope for the falsely accused. 16. The massive black sarcophagus. In 2018, a massive 30-ton black granite sarcophagus was discovered in Alexandria, buried 16 feet underground. Speculation arose that it might contain the remains of Alexander the Great. However, when opened, archaeologists found sewage water and 3 skeletons. The skeletons, likely from ancient warriors, offered new insights into Egypt's turbulent history. 15. The 3,000-year-old child mummy. That's not a mummy. What appeared to be a mummified child turned out to be a ritual object made from grain and mud, known as a grain mummy. These mummies were created to honor Osiris, symbolizing the cycle of life and death. The discovery highlighted the Egyptians' belief in regeneration and resurrection through their rituals. 14. The giant Egyptian princess statue in Luxor. Archaeologists uncovered a 6.5-foot alabaster statue of Princess Iset, daughter of Pharaoh Amenhotep III, dating to around 1350 BC. The statue's intricate details, such as her wig and necklace, point to her significant role in the royal family. It is believed to have been part of a larger, grander statue. 13. The eyeless monster. A bizarre creature with sharp teeth and a second set of jaws washed ashore in Egypt's Sinai Peninsula. Identified as a moray eel, this creature, typically found in the Red Sea, uses its secondary jaws to pull prey deeper into its throat. Finding the eel 39 feet inland left researchers puzzled. 12. Pink granite sarcophagus. Archaeologists discovered a 3,300-year-old pink granite sarcophagus belonging to Ptah Mweya, head of the treasury under Ramses the Great. The inscriptions on the sarcophagus reveal his importance and the wealth and power of Egypt's rulers during this time. 11. The earliest painting of Jesus Christ in the ancient city of Oxyrhynchus, a 6th century tomb was found containing one of the earliest depictions of Jesus Christ. The image shows a young man with curly hair and a short tunic, offering new insights into the spread of Christianity in Egypt during this period. She was not just a queen but also a co-ruler, depicted in temple reliefs performing rituals and defeating enemies, roles typically reserved for pharaohs. Some historians even speculate that after Akhenaten's death, she may have ruled Egypt as a pharaoh under the name Neferneferuaten. Despite her power, one question remains: where is her tomb? Recently, archaeologists discovered what could be hidden chambers in King Tutankhamun's tomb, possibly leading to Nefertiti's resting place. Using ground-penetrating radar, researchers identified a corridor branching off King Tut's burial chamber, reigniting hopes of finding her tomb, a mystery that has baffled scholars for decades. Some believe Tutankhamun's small tomb might have originally been meant for her. This latest discovery brings new hope for what many call the find of the century, and could reshape our understanding of royal burials in ancient Egypt. 9. King Tutankhamun's otherworldly pendant. For years, scientists puzzled over mysterious yellow glass found in Egypt's desert, known as Libyan desert glass. Its origins were debated until a piece of this glass was found embedded in a pendant worn by King Tutankhamun, carved into a scarab beetle symbolizing transformation and rebirth. Researchers recently confirmed that this glass was formed by the extreme heat of a meteorite impact, melting desert sand. This discovery reveals that the ancient Egyptians understood this extraordinary material came from the heavens, and they crafted intricate jewelry from it. 8. World's first pregnant ancient Egyptian mummy had cancer. Cancer is a leading cause of death today, but it also affected people in ancient times. The world's first known pregnant Egyptian mummy, believed to be around 2,000 years old, was found to have likely died from cancer at 28 weeks into her pregnancy. Known as the mysterious lady, modern scans revealed she was a young woman, aged 20 to 30. As part of the Warsaw Mummy Project, researchers discovered signs of cancer in her bones. This is the first known case of a mummified pregnant woman and could also provide insights into ancient maternal health and even contribute to modern cancer research. 7. No wrapping paper? No problem. Mummy paper. In the 19th century, a strange practice emerged where ancient Egyptian mummies were used to make paper. Mummy wrappings became a cheap source of paper for packaging and even newspapers in the US and Europe. Disturbingly, mummy paper also made its way into the food industry. Bodies that had been buried in unsanitary conditions were sometimes used, carrying pathogens like cholera. This practice, especially in food packaging, contributed to cholera outbreaks in the 19th century, showing how recklessly ancient artifacts were treated in the past. 6. An abundance of cat mummies. In 2018, archaeologists near Cairo uncovered ancient cat mummies, perfectly preserved for over 2,000 years. This discovery highlighted the deep reverence ancient Egyptians had for cats, which were sacred to the goddess Bastet. Cats were considered protectors and bringers of good fortune. Along with the mummified cats, wooden and bronze statues of Bastet were found, further proving their significance in Egyptian society. 5. The Egyptian god of the moon who weighed hearts among Egypt's many gods, Khonsu, the god of the moon, was both revered and feared. Depicted as a young man with a sidelock of youth, Khonsu was associated with time, healing, and the moon's phases. His darker side comes from myths where he devoured hearts, punishing those who defied Ma'a, the principle of truth and balance in the universe. 4. Servants buried with their masters. One of Egypt's most terrifying practices was retainer sacrifice. Servants were killed to accompany their pharaohs into the afterlife. This practice was common during the First and Second dynasties, with one of the most famous examples being from the tomb of Pharaoh Jur, where over 300 retainers were found. By the Middle Kingdom, this grim ritual was replaced by small figurines, known as shabti, to serve as symbolic servants in the afterlife. 3. The Curse of the Pharaohs. The Curse of the Pharaohs is one of ancient Egypt's most famous legends. When King Tutankhamun's tomb was opened in 1922, Several people involved in the excavation died mysteriously, leading many to believe in a curse. One famous case was the death of Lord Carnarvon, the expedition's financial backer, just months after the tomb's opening. Scientists argue that exposure to ancient mold or bacteria may have been the real cause, but the legend of the curse continues to persist. 2. Underwater rock carvings of Egyptian pharaohs. This year, archaeologists uncovered ancient rock carvings of Egyptian pharaohs that had been submerged south of Aswan. These carvings, lost when the Aswan High Dam was built in the 1960s, depict important rulers like Amenhotep II and Thutmose I. The discovery reawakens curiosity about Egypt's history, with detailed carvings that offer new insights into the 18th and 26th dynasties. 1. Lady Rai. The mummy that defied time. Lady Rai, an Egyptian woman from the early 18th dynasty, has intrigued researchers since her discovery in 1881. Her mummy, considered one of the best preserved examples of early embalming, is eerily intact, with her eyelashes, eyebrows, and hair still visible after 3,500 years. Modern technology has allowed researchers to reconstruct her appearance, providing a fascinating glimpse into the embalming techniques of ancient Egypt and bringing her story back to life in an unexpected way.